It's an ancient ecosystem untouched by man. Whatever is down there is trying to make its way to the surface. This was a bad idea.
Just a little bit.
Meg 2, The Trench. That is, of course, the sequel to The Meg, which came out in 2018, starring Jason Statham. And I gotta say, I have slightly mixed feelings about this trailer. On the one hand, I can tell it's kind of a silly, stupid movie, but on the other hand, I am at least glad that some movies are trying to have fun again. When was the last time you saw movies that were cool, right? Like, there's hardly any cool movies. Like, when was the last time you saw, like, a Reservoir Dogs or a Pulp Fiction or, like, any kind of early Tarantino work where it was cool? It was edgy, it was funny, and it just, goddammit, it was a fucking cool movie. There's just no other way to describe it. You felt cool when you were watching it, and you were cool if you liked it. So that's kind of why when I see a trailer like, The Meg 2, The Trench, sure, it looks silly and stupid, but it also, I don't think it has that vibe where it's like we're trying not to take ourselves seriously. I think maybe it will, I can't really tell, but if it's anything like the first one, that wasn't the vibe that I got from the first one. The vibe was not something where they were trying to be meta and have Jason Statham like turn to the camera and be like, I know this is actually a movie, so let me tell you a little joke right here. No, he wasn't trying to do that. If Meg 2, The Trench is anything like the first one, which I fear it might be a little too over the top, it's got dinosaurs in it and stuff this time, who knows. But if it's anything like the first one, it might just be a kind of fun roller coaster entertainment ride of a movie. And I do feel like there are too few movies like that, so even though I see a trailer like this and I kind of think, well, I'm not going to sound too credible if I think this looks like a great movie. This is the type of movie that you gain sort of intellectual bonus points for by saying looks stupid, right? Like, you look smart when you say this movie looks stupid. But I'm going to try to go against that grain a little bit right now and just say, yeah, I'm going to see it. Yeah, I'm going to go to the theaters and I'm going to see it. I am. I'm going to go see that shit. Like, bring back the old school action flick, like Speed, Die Hard, Point Break. I mean, bring back some of that, right? Just a good old action movie. None of this superhero shit, okay? Like, it's getting stupid, it's tired, it's worn out, people are sick of it. Just be done with it. But nevertheless, back to Meg 2, The Trench. It looks like in this movie, they're definitely going to expand the universe a bit again. Like, before it was like just one Megalodon. Well, like in this one, there's gonna be several Megalodons, and they're gonna be really big, and there's gonna be some dinosaurs. And so they're really just, making it bigger, badder, that kind of thing. Sometimes I wish movies didn't do that. I don't know where to come out on that. Maybe audiences wouldn't respond. They're like, well, we've already seen a Megalodon. We want to see a bigger Megalodon now. Maybe that's the case. I have no idea. But sometimes I wish that for sequels, they didn't decide, oh, let's just make it a bigger shark. Let's make it a bigger dinosaur. Let's make it, it has even more teeth this time. Like, be a little bit more creative than that, is all I'm saying. That would be nice. But once again, a film like Meg 2, The Trench is not exactly where you go to find, massive creativity and that kind of thing, and originality and that kind of thing. It's not that kind of movie, so I'm not going to, blast it too much for that. But I'm just saying it would be nice in the future if, when you make a sequel, don't just go with bigger, badder, meaner, more teeth. That being said, the movie is probably still going to be kind of fun. It has a different director this time, so I highly doubt it'll be anywhere near as good as the first one. And what I'm about to say probably doesn't really apply to Meg 2, The Trench, because as far as I can tell, it's probably a fairly shallow movie. What I do seem to see as a big problem in Hollywood, and just storytelling in general these days, and honestly a lot of things these days, not just movies, is sort of the slow drain of like the human element from the films. You lose what essentially would be the soul of the art, and you're gonna end up with bad content. But, well, actually no, it actually won't be bad. It'll just be like lukewarm. You're never gonna have anything that's hot ever again, right? It's just, you're gonna have lukewarm coffee for the rest of your life. It'll be okay, but it'll never be great. And that's a shame, because to me, at least, that's what movies are all about. It's that movie that just knocks your socks off. That's the movie that I want to see. That movie that when you see it, like I often I joke about, I have the same face basically when I'm watching either a really terrible movie or a really good movie. So if it's a really terrible movie, I just kind of sit there looking like this. But if it's a good movie, then it's the exact same face. It's embarrassing if anyone ever catches me doing it. If someone's sitting next to me and they look over and they just see my just sort of slack-jawed face, you know, if it's either a good movie or a bad movie. But like, I wanted that movie that just mesmerizes you, that just absolutely blows you away. But man, they don't make those anymore. They just don't. They don't make movies like that anymore. And we all know it, right? Like, you go to the theater and you expect a lukewarm feeling at best. You're never going to walk out of there just with a look of shock and awe on your face. Just like, oh my God, that was the best thing I've ever seen. I mean, unless you're an idiot. Okay, so that's the thing too. I mean, like, if you're a total idiot, then sure, like, you can just play with a jack in a box and it'll really, you know, entertain you, right? But if you have anything above like a 50 IQ, then yeah, you need something that actually is magical in order to enjoy it. And fudge, man, I haven't seen a movie like that in a really, really long time. And that's a shame. I want something that blows me away. That's what I want to see. But lately, the only time I look slack-jawed anymore is when I watch anything on Disney Plus. That's when I look that, because it's that bad. Everything I watch on Disney Plus. You know, I'm gonna make a wild assertion right now, and a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on this, but fuck it. I'm gonna wager a bet that the last time that Disney made a live-action movie that was under the Disney banner, so you see the Magic Castle logo at the very start of the movie, not one of the companies it owns, like, you know, Marvel or Lucasfilm or any of that. I'm talking about a Disney movie that was live-action. The last time they made a movie that was even halfway decent under the Disney banner was John Carter. Now, I know a lot of people like to make fun of John Carter. They like to think that it was one of the worst movie openings ever and it crashed and burned and everyone likes to laugh at it. And you are cool if you dislike John Carter. I get that. But I'm telling you right now, rewatch that movie. Rewatch that freaking movie and tell me it is not light years better than any of the absolute dreck that gets put out today, mostly by Disney, but probably almost all the studios. Like, rewatch that movie. That movie came out in, I think, 2012. Rewatch it now. Just, you know what? We're talking about 10 years later. 10 years later, look at the extraordinary decline in the vast majority of movies compared to that. But I'm willing to say that the last time Disney, under its own banner, made a live-action movie that was even vaguely watchable, let alone good, was John freaking Carter. I'm just gonna put that out there. If you disagree with that, leave a comment below and tell me I'm an idiot if you want. But I'm sticking by it. I think that movie is actually pretty solid. But back to Meg 2: The Trench, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I enjoyed the first one. I was surprised that I did. I wasn't expecting to, but I did. And I think this one will not be as good as the first one, but I will definitely check it out. And just for the principle of the matter, if anything else, excited that we're actually just have a movie that looks like it is just focused on entertainment, no political messaging, none of that crap. Just pure entertainment. Kind of fun, a little bit of sci-fi, got like a robot exoskeleton it looked like in one of those scenes. Who doesn't like that? I love a good robot exoskeleton. So I will be checking that movie out, and I think that does it for my ramble today. If you like this video, hit subscribe, hit the like button, share it with your friends, all that stuff. Brand new channel, so I need all the help I can get. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one. Have a good one.